Hi, my love, beautiful souls. It's Mystic Rose 1111, and I'm back with you, bringing dark into the light. Please take what resonates and leave what does not fit for somebody else. This is a collective reading, not a personal reading. If you're guided here, there's some kind of truth, clarity, confirmation message you're looking for. You may be also guided. My channel as my soul mission is waking you up higher self, higher conscious, in the 5D. As you can see, it is dark in here. Cherish is in my room again. I'm just giving you guys, letting you guys know things about, okay, I have a message, I'll get into that, okay, the message right here before I go into any further. You're a badass bitch that needs to stop, or that they need to stop comparing, competing with. They're not you and will never be you, okay? That's what I heard, okay? You're a badass bitch, a boss ass bitch, okay? If you don't want to use the word bitch, you can see you're a spiritual warrior, spiritual baddie, okay? You're very strong, very independent, fierce. Okay, I'm hearing fierce and stuff like that. And they can't. They need to stop competing and comparing to you, because they're not gonna be able to compete and compare with you, because you are who you are, and they will never be that. Okay, we'll go more into detail in more in a minute. The reason lights off, you guys, is Cherish is in here. I just want to give you guys like a 411 information that things may change now, you guys. If you go watch my one video about, it's very personal, in regards to what's going on in my life with my child. And Cherish, you guys, if you didn't know, if you didn't watch that video, she was diagnosed with autism. So my schedule is going to change. It's going to be, if you're somebody that gets mad when she comes into the videos, there's a reason why. I know a lot of you guys love that she pops in and she says hi and she channels and she gives you a message and stuff like that. And I am going to be somebody that's probably going to be advocating for this. I thought she was diagnosed with I thought she had ADHD, so we were looking into that. And what they diagnosed her with is level 1 autism. Okay, which is considered high functioning, higher functioning with hyperactive and impulsivity and social cues, not understanding social cues like normal, and overly talking. Okay, likes a lot of talk, likes a lot of attention, needs a lot of attention, and sensory. Okay, which you guys, if you've been here, you would notice that she likes to take the dice and it has to be perfect. Little snowman, if you watched ever, like a little snowman. Some of you guys could say that's OCD. It's not. That's actually a sign of autism, when you have to have it perfect like this. And she always wanted a snowman. They like to have things a certain way. Okay, and then the smells. When she don't like something I make, she'll tell me. If she loves the smells, you guys know she loves the smells. She loves it. I'm not gonna go into much detail about that right now, but I just want you guys to know that you may not see videos for a day or two. You may see videos for a day or two. You may see longer videos. You may see shorter videos. I'm going to have to now work around more of her schedule. Okay, which you already know, I have a really routine and stuff. Um, but it's going to change again. She's not going to bed like she was. Now that school starts, she used to go to bed between 6:30 and 7 in the past, because she didn't take naps. And now I guess she's been taking naps at school. So with her taking naps at school, now she's not ready for bed. She just literally fell asleep at 10. What time is it? It's 10:33. She fell asleep 10 minutes ago. Okay, so about 10:20. She just fell asleep in my room, in my bed. Okay, with me. She needs to be laying down. Like, she wants to lay down with me to fall asleep. And then I will move her into her bed as well. I do move her into bed, you guys. She likes to sleep in her bed, but she likes to fall asleep with me. And then I have to keep her in my bed for a little bit, so she's like goes into that deep sleep. Um, So I just want you guys to know that, okay? I know that, like, we went, like, I just want you guys to know. So if you guys are wondering if there's not a video out, or you're wondering why there's short videos, or you're wondering what's going on, um, my first priority is going to make sure that her needs are met, and making sure that I'm able to um, help her with what she needs help with. But yeah, you guys, if you walked on the street, you'd be like, you wouldn't even know. But there's little things that I seen and noticed, and the school has seen and noticed a little bit too. So there's gonna be other videos about that, okay? I'm gonna talk about that too, because Figures wanted me to talk about my experience with that and stuff. And but we're gonna go back, okay? So again, if you see the lights off, um, they're late. My videos are getting late. I'm gonna try to I like to sleep in the morning when she's at school. I go back to bed. When I get her up for school, I go back to bed. It's the best time I sleep in the morning, and I might have to try to figure out switching my schedule where I do my readings in the morning and making sure I'm really focused on her in the evening. Even though I've been focused on her in the evening, but now that she's staying up later, it's just things are getting different. Okay? Her routine can't change as easily as mine can. Luckily, my routine, I'm somebody that can change a routine and be like, I can adapt. Hers is going to be a little different. We're going to go back into this. So, you're a badass bitch. They can't compete. They need to stop comparing themselves to you, is what I just heard. I got spiritual hiccups. It's hard to talk when you have spiritual hiccups. They keep trying to compare over and over and over. They want what you have. They want to be you. And it's not just what they want just what you have. They want your energy, okay? They want your mindset. They want to feel and know like you're something that, okay, so I'm getting that maybe you're somebody that doesn't let things hurt you or get to you or bring you down. You could be very optimistic, very positive person, a very loving, high vibing person that likes to bring love and light into the world like me. Okay, you're somebody that could always like solve problems and make solutions for, you know, things that are out of the ordinary, whatever's happening. And this person that's competing with you, comparing with you, like they want that because they don't have that. But that's the thing is they can't take that from you. That's what's inside of you. That's who you are. If they want that, they need to change their ways. Okay? They need to work on themselves. They can have that themselves, but they need to let go of some things, okay? They need to release some demons, is what I just heard. They need to release some demons, okay? But also I'm hearing like you get some people that are trying to bring you down, okay? They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you successful. And they love you. I'm hearing some people love you, but they don't want to see you successful. Okay, you have family members, you have colleagues, you have coworkers, you have friends, associates that love you, that do have love for you, but they don't want to see you successful. They don't want you to see you that you are doing well, that you are abundant. It's because it's because something inside of them, okay? Remember, when somebody doesn't like something about you or when somebody is like hating on you, it's because something about them, okay? It's about them. It's not about you, it's about them. Okay, they don't like something in themselves. Okay, something that is eating away at them. Okay, they had those demons inside of them. Okay, they're living in this guilty conscience. They're living shameful. They're living like in fear and anxiety. Okay, you're not. So, yeah. Who's ever competing and comparing with you is going to end up having a tower moment. Okay. There's difference between like looking at ideas and like getting like inspiration from another person. That's totally different. But um yeah, because I'm hearing like maybe you're somebody that gets inspiration from other people. I do. I'll see someone and I'll see something and I'm like, oh my gosh, that person just gave me inspiration, and I will give them credit, okay? There's so many great people out there, so many good people. There's so many good tarot readers, so many good oracle readers, so many good spiritual practitioners out there and spiritual beings, okay? So many good angels, chosen ones. You know, there's so many good ones, okay? It's about if you're guided and if you're in that frequency, that vibration. Something about your vibration frequency is different than others, okay? It's just like tuning. When I talk about this, it's like tuning in a radio, okay? If you ever go with the radio, you listen to the radio. A lot of people don't listen to radio anymore. I do. I don't listen to my Bluetooth a lot. I don't listen to CDs. I don't listen to that, okay? I like to listen to the radio. I don't know why, okay? Maybe because I change frequencies. I change frequencies quite often, okay, in vibration. Um, and so, like, when you're listening to the radio, okay, or even when you're watching a TV show, okay, you're changing that channel. So, you listen to radio, and now something gets a little bit stacky. So, you're like, okay, I need to go to the next. Well, now I'm going to be listening like somebody now it's like, okay, you're listening to like pop music, and now you're going to listen to rock and roll. And then, like, okay, now this ain't working, and this doesn't feel right. Or you just feel like you don't want to listen to rock and roll or pop music. You want to listen to country, or maybe you want to listen to classical music, okay? Or maybe you want to listen to Christian music, okay? I go from each I'm gonna tell you, I listen to everything and anything. Christian music to rock and roll to rap to pop to breakup songs to happy songs to classical music, okay, whatever it is, whatever I'm in the mood for, meditation. But each of those stations is a different frequency, and that's what happens in your life too. Each different station, each different city, town you go to, each different job is a different frequency, different vibration, okay? Same thing, you're watching a TV show, or if you're watching Netflix, or you're watching, if say you're watching Netflix to watching Amazon Prime, to watching Paramount, to watching Hulu, to watching Peacock. Each of those are different frequencies, different channels, different platforms, okay? But each of them have something good on them. Okay, I don't watch Netflix anymore because I know it's corrupting all that stuff, but there's good shows on there. I know that I'm not saying there's no good shows on there, because there is. Um, but you're changing that frequency, that vibration each time, okay? And that's something you're doing. And some of these people that are competing, comparing with you, don't know how to change it. They don't know how to change that vibration. They don't know how to change that frequency. They always staying in the low vibration, low frequency, and that's in their when they're competing and comparing, it's keeping them stuck. Okay, it's keeping them stuck, and they're unable to be abundant or manifest. If you feel like, if you're the cross watcher and you're somebody that has somebody that, if your life is falling apart and you have one thing falling apart after another after another after another, sometimes those are tests from God and from the universe, to see if you're going to repeat those cycles again. But sometimes those are too because you're being stagnant, or you're not listening to your higher self. You're not listening to source, God. Okay, you're not listening. And so now you're not listening, and now something bad's happening, or something happens and you feel like it's a big punishment, and you feel like it's like you're being grounded, and this kind of is because you're not paying attention to the signs. You're not paying attention. And so now you're in a stagnant. Now you're having like tower moments, and you're having things fall apart because you're not listening to your higher self. You're not listening to God. You're not listening to your ancestors. You're not listening to the universe. And they told you to stop or do this or change. Okay? You, this boss ass person, this baddie, fierce warrior, spiritual badass. You're somebody that slays demons, okay? I'm hearing a spiritual demon slayer, okay? A demon slayer or like a vampire slayer. Okay, I'm getting like Buffy the Vampire now too. She's a badass woman, okay? She's badass. If you watch Buffy the Vampire, she's badass, okay? She slays those fucking vampires. And not just that, later on it's like monsters, okay? And or I'm getting a show Charmed, the three witches, okay? They take out monsters, but then one falls in love with the monster, okay? And this monster becomes good, okay? There's Phoebe, Prue, and Piper. Yeah, Phoebe, Prue, and Piper. Okay, I don't know the triad, the Trinity, okay? They say the Trinity is the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, but it's actually not the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. It's actually mind, body, and spirit, okay? That's the true triad, the Trinity, okay? Is mind, body, and spirit, or mind, body, and soul, okay? Yes, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is there too, but okay. Yeah. So yeah, so you have these people that they're okay, the people, the family that love you, they love you, but they don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to manifest. They don't want you to be abundant because they're on that wrong frequency. They're on that wrong vibration. They're holding on to so much past, okay? And it's because they're unable to be abundant. They're unable to be manifesting. Someone could be end up sick, okay? Chronic illness, see, if they are, you end up manifesting a chronic illness too, okay? Our minds are so powerful and so strong that we can create our own illness. We can manifest our own illness. We can manifest our own downfall. Okay. Some people want to blame it on the person that like is attacking you, or like you have this karmic, or you have this jealous envy person. But sometimes it's our own fault. Okay, sometimes we end up manifesting this own things in our life, okay? Manifesting, tower moments, manifesting chronic illnesses, manifesting breakups and stuff like that. It's because we're doubting ourselves, or we're doubting the circumstance, the situation, and the people. If you feel like this person's going to break up, okay, so if you're in a relationship and you feel like somebody's going to break up with you, like, okay, this person's going to break up with me. They're going to break up with me because they're sick of my ways. Well, guess what? They're going to fucking break up with you because you keep saying it over and over. You're manifesting that. Okay? Here's an example. When I was in active addiction, I kept saying, I'm going to get raided, I'm going to get raided, I'm going to get raided. Okay? I kept saying, I'm being followed, I'm going to get raided. Well, guess what fucking happened? In November, I get fucking raided. Because I started saying it in October, and it happens in November. Not realizing that I just manifested that, okay? My own home got raided because I kept saying I'm going to get raided because I'm hanging out with people, I'm doing stupid shit, get raided. And I kept telling Mike that I was going to die in a car accident. I knew I was going to be dying in a car accident. Guess what? I got in a fucking car accident with Mike, okay? Those things we can manifest in ourselves. We want to blame it on other people. We want to go say, oh, wow, the person that broke up with us, or the person that we did drugs with, or the person we sold drugs to, or the one we did this, or the one that was driving, it's their fault. No, a lot of times it's our own fault because we ended up creating that with our mind because our mind's so powerful. Okay, so again, you're somebody that this badass bitch, this spiritual warrior, you know that if what you think, you create. Okay, it's creating your universe, creating your reality. Okay, our minds can create our own reality, and that's why some spiritual practitioners talk about we're in a stimulation, and we're in the matrix. You guys, we're all in the matrix. Okay. I said before, like, oh, I came out of the Matrix. No, we're actually still in the Matrix. We're just not of it, okay? Ones that have went to Ascension and have went to a fifth dimension, we went to Ascension, and we're living in the Matrix still, because living in this 3D world, this is a Matrix, okay? This is a Matrix. We're living in a stimulation, but we're not of it anymore, because now we know that we're not being controlled, manipulated, brainwashed, conditioned, okay? We're waking up to reality. We're waking up that we can actually create our own reality. We can create our own beautiful things. That's why you're somebody that's building a beautiful, abundant, loving life. Maybe an empire, maybe a legacy for your family and stuff like that, okay? And maybe you are manifesting, this is manifest cracking on this, maybe you're manifesting a abundant health life, okay, where you have no sickness, no health issues, okay? That can happen too. You're a god, goddess, prophet reincarnated. Wow, see? You're a god, goddess, prophet reincarnated. You could be an empress, emperor, divine feminine, divine masculine, okay? Tapping in, balancing that yin and yang out. Okay, balancing yin and yang out. The more they compete with you, the more they're getting pushed back. More backfiring. More delays in their life. Somebody could be copying too, like literally copying, okay? Copying detail from detail from detail, like, you know what I mean? It was never supposed to be them. It was always supposed to be you. They were not supposed to have what you have. They were supposed to have what you have, that contract, that deal, that money, that wealth, that good health. It was always supposed to be yours. They switched. They try to switch it or take it from you when you were vulnerable. Okay, if they took it, whatever, you're going to get back. Okay, if it was delayed, it's going to come. Okay, I'm getting almost that song from Jack Harlow about, like, you know, he was delayed, okay, but now he's in his prime, okay, I can't think of the word, okay, I can't think of it, but he's in his prime now, okay, his calling now, okay, you are in your calling now. You are stepped into your north node, which is the head of the dragon. Well, they're still stuck in this tail of the dragon, which is the south node, okay? Witness protection. You're being protected. Witness protection. God's divine. Okay, when we hear witness protection, we're thinking, oh my gosh, WIC list. Okay, we're thinking about U.S. Marshals and somebody testifying. This one is a spiritual witness protection. God's divine protection and guidance for those who faithfully testify to his truth and works. So you're being protected because you're faithfully testing to his truth and works. Okay? If you're somebody that has a platform like me or a channel like me, and you were doing a lot of crime or whatever you're doing, and you weren't talking about God, and then all of a sudden you started talking about a lot about God, and your channel, your analytics and your stats have went down, it's because they don't like you talking about God, okay? The devil, Satan, even YouTube, okay? People working in YouTube, they don't want us talking about God, okay? And they try to cancel us, they try to delete us, they try to shadow ban us, okay? But again, it's going to get out. It's going to get out to the right people, okay? Even if you go from, like, I went through 15, 20,000 views to having 1,000 views. Spirit told me that even though it goes to 1,000 views, those 1,000 views are the people that really truly need to hear it, okay? It's going to need to hear it, okay? And it will be heard, okay? Your messages will be heard, okay? Your message will be heard. They can't block you forever, okay? They can't take what is supposed to be yours. They can't stop you from speaking, okay? If it's meant to come out, it's meant to come out. The dark will always come to the light, okay? The girl, the one that you set on fire and let to burn without you, she was a phoenix all along. Okay, so you're the girl that they set on fire, the one that they burned, the one that they try to bring down, okay? The one that they try to bury alive. I just heard try to bury you alive. Okay, they try to burn your house down. They try to burn, someone try to burn you. Like, I'm literally hearing like somebody started you on fire, burn your hair, burn your clothing. Okay, you could have been in a house fire. You are that phoenix rising all along. Okay, you were always that phoenix. You were always that phoenix. Okay, I just heard burn baby burn 1919. Okay, burn baby burn. Okay, someone could be doing fire magic too. Make sure if you're using fire magic, make sure you have a positive thought. Okay, that's the thing too, is we're always doing spell work. Everyone's doing spells, not realizing it consciously. Okay, when we're talking, it's word spells. When we're writing, it's writing spells. When we're lighting a candle, it's fire case spells. Okay, when we're looking in the mirror, it's mirror magic, mirror spells. Okay, when we're working with water in the shower, in the kitchen, taking a bath, going swimming, it's water magic. okay? If you're sitting outside going for a walk or just feeling the breeze, the air, okay? Sending telepathic messages, okay? Sending messages through the ethers, that is air energy, okay? Air magic, okay? Grounding, going on in nature, okay? Working with the goddess Gaia, okay? Earth, okay? There, magic's all around us. Spells around us. That's why it's called spelling. Spelling, okay? Spelling. That's why you gotta be careful with your words and stuff, because what you say will manifest, will come into the reality as well. So some of you are like, well, okay, you putting these out there, it's coming. Yes, it was, but I'm already hearing it. Okay, I'm already hearing it. When you're a channeler, you're already hearing what's about to happen or has happened. Okay. Someone's been calling you lazy because you work for God. Okay, calling you lazy because you work for God. Let them call you lazy. Let them fucking call you lazy. Let them. Okay? Let them slander your name. Let them defamation character, okay, of you. Let them put you down. Let them bully you. Let them freaking whatever. Because guess what? Every fucking negative thing they do to you, it makes you stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. It makes you even more of a baddie. Okay? More fierce. More independent. Stronger and stronger and stronger. It makes you stronger. And you also take that pain and you turn it into a purpose like I did, okay? All the pain I went through, I turned it into a purpose. You're not going to let anyone make you back down. You're not going to fucking back down to anybody, okay? You got your shit together. You let go and let God in, okay? Let go, let God in. And you also tapped in and you know that God's within you. God's inside of all of us. Every one of us. When I say you're a god or goddess, is because God is within all of us. Within everybody. That also is duality. Means that Satan can be inside of all of us too. The devil can be inside of all of us too. We have a dark side as well. We have a shadow, okay? Light and dark. We have two sides to us. Okay? Gotta know how to contain it. And that's the thing. When you're this badass bitch, this badass baddie, the spiritual warrior, you know how to contain your dark side. You know how to contain the negativity. You know how to contain the demons, okay? Or release them. You may be somebody that can do exorcists. Okay? Cleansing in a home. You're somebody that may go into homes and cleanse the home after somebody has passed away or after somebody has went some poltergeist, some dark stuff, okay? Dark arts. Okay? Somebody's going through that. They may reach out to you, okay? Truth is about to be revealed to you. Okay? You could see, you could have visions, dreams, just knowing. Okay, someone wants to know, someone's asked me sometimes, how do you know? Honestly, I can tell you this, all I can say, sometimes I just know. I don't know how I know, I just know, okay? And when I used to go around, I was in active addiction, I was going around telling people things were happening, okay? I'm going to tell you a little bit about me for a second, okay? I go around and say, okay, this is going to happen. You need to watch out. You need to stop this. Cops are going to get you here. Cops are going to get, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get raided. This thing's happen. I was telling people this. They don't want to listen. I kept saying, this is bad. I told somebody they're gonna overdose. I'm like, you're gonna end up fucking overdosing. You're being fucking stupid. You're gonna overdose. Stop using heroin. Stop fucking smoking that tinfoil. Stop shooting up. You know, I used to tell them that, okay? And they're like, no, I know how much I can take. I know my limits. I know my limits. Well, guess what? They overdosed 3-4 times. They didn't want to take my advice. They didn't want to listen to me. Okay? And they asked me, how do I know? Some of the things they asked me, how do I know? They're like, oh, did you talk to the police? Were you snitching? Was the police telling you this stuff? No. I don't know how I know. I don't know how. Sometimes, well, I know like it comes from God, but still, like it's just like you just know. You just know because again, right there, I guess I just answered my question. You just know, like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm here. I don't know how I know this. And then all of a sudden, the reason I'm saying I just answered my question is because remember I just said that we're all gods and goddesses. Okay, God's within all of us. So when you know something, you just know it is because God is inside of you, and God is telling you that. Trust yourself. Believe in yourself. Be confident. And that's this person right here. This person right here is this individual, this goddess, God, this badass, okay, this prophet reincarnated. They're confident. They know. They know their abilities. They know who they are. Okay? When they know something, and they're not going to doubt themselves. Okay? And I'm hearing that these people that do love you, there's people that love you, want you to doubt yourself, want you not to believe in yourself, okay? I treated you awful and unwilling to apologize. Someone treat you awful, but they're unwilling to apologize. They don't want to admit that they were wrong. They don't want to admit that you were right. They don't want to admit that you are this badass bitch, that you are this badass spiritual being, okay? Warrior, fierce, okay? Confident. Confident doesn't mean cocky. I remember someone telling me, oh, wow, you seem really cocky. No, I'm finally being confident in who I am. I finally know my abilities. I finally know who I am. I'm just confident. Taylor Swift, the way she's not cocky. Some people say, okay, sometimes we want to say like she is. Taylor Swift's not cocky. She's confident. She knows. She knows how powerful she can be. She knows that she can create music, write music, storytell, dance, all of it. Because she believes in herself. And she believes in God. That's why she has that karma song, learning about karma. She knows good and bad. You do something bad, you reap it. You do something good, you reap it. She knows. She's confident. She believes in herself. Anyone that became stardom, I know that the stardoms become elites and then there's like all this power and stuff like that. But most times they sell their soul. Yes, some of them sell their soul, but they also believe in themselves. They're confident in themselves. They know who they are. They know what they want to be. How many people have you watched that said they're gonna be a singer rapper? They know they're gonna sing. It's because they know it. They're confident. They believe in themselves and they work hard. That's what you're doing. You're working hard for what you want. You may be somebody that doesn't care about money. Maybe you work really hard, okay, and you don't care about money, and you just want to make sure that you're able to provide for your family. You don't need all the extra necessities and stuff like that, okay? You don't need all this extra stuff. My husband's like, you used to go shopping all the time. Huh. I have everything I need. I don't need anything else. I have what I need. Like, I really do. I have what I need. You know, there's a few things I want to do. I want to go on trips. I want to travel the world. But in this house, I really have all I need. I have underwear. I have bras. I have my kids. I have my pillow. I have my blanket. I have my clothes. Like, I have my teas. I have my water. Like, you know, I have my desk. Like, I don't need anything. I don't even wear makeup anymore. I don't need it. Like, I used to have to wear makeup. Before I walk out the house, I had to put makeup on. All the way from primer to having several, you know, I didn't do any of the highlighting. I don't even know how to do highlighting. You know what I mean? Like, but I went from, you know, straight like having foundation makeup on every day to wearing no makeup ever. I put my hair up in a ponytail. I used to straighten my hair. I used to curl my hair. I used to do all that stuff. I just put my hair in a ponytail. It doesn't make me happy anymore. What makes me happy is just being with my family and actually being connected to God. I choose to want to be walking, exercising, doing this stuff, putting these messages out for you, creating the products I might create, okay? You're healing faster than you think. See, and you're able to heal. You're tapped in. You're tapped into the ethers. You're tapped in, okay? People were paid off not to tell you or help you. So they were paid off to not help you, to collaborate with, okay? To show you the way, okay? No one was supposed to be helping you. So you had to do all this work all by yourself. You did all by yourself. If you had help, it's from your ancestors, your angels, your spirit guides, okay, from the non-physical beings. You had a lot of help from the non-physical beings, not even realizing it, okay? No one helped you physically, like a physical person. Maybe one, maybe two, okay? But the rest was non-physical beings, past loved ones, source. Spiritual upgrade, leveling up. Okay, this also says, it says locked up, won't let them out. So I'm hearing like somebody that, like, they're either being locked up, mentally locked up, spiritually locked up, physically locked up. Okay, this is them being locked up. They don't know how to let go. They don't know how to release. Okay, so these demons are attached to them. Got a couple of these and then I'm gonna close out. Ascension. You went through this ascension, spiritual path, awakening, hoping and praying and wishing. Okay, climbing the ladder, climbing the steps. Okay, steps to heaven. You're creating your heaven on earth. That's being a spiritual warrior too. Creating your heaven on earth. A lot of people, like, if you go to a church is like, no, heaven is a different place. No, heaven is right here. You can create your own heaven. Okay, a peaceful place. Heaven is where your mind is calm, peaceful. You're no anxiety, no stress, no worry, no grieving, no jealousy, no fear. Okay, that's heaven. Okay, unconditional love, just bliss, harmony. Okay, grace, peaceful. Okay, wishing, hoping, and praying. They're over here living in hell. They're creating their hell too. You can create your heaven on earth, or you can create your hell on earth. Okay. You're over here creating your heaven on earth, but they're trying to compete and compare to you. They're creating their own hell. Okay, they're creating their own hell. Focus on you, eyes for you, fascinating, watching you. Pretending, fake, living beyond means. Okay, somebody's pretending to be something that they're not, someone else. Okay, somebody's about to confess something to you, bring something to you, which the truth is being revealed. Somebody else wants to tell you something. Okay, there's a lot of gossiping from other people. Again, don't let it hurt you. Whatever is coming to you, whatever they're telling you, don't let it affect you. Okay. Soulmate, similar friendship, romantic partner. There could be somebody coming forward. They're trying to keep you away from that. It can even be a soulmate that could still love you and still not want you to be successful. Soulmates are not boyfriend, girlfriend. Soulmates can be soul connections, okay? There was some kind of divorce. So this person that you got divorced from or ended or broke up with, they're the ones that is trying to keep you from success, okay? Love, adore, admire, enchantment. You're somebody that can bridge things together. You're meant to be a bridger, okay? Helping people find their way to the heavens, okay? Creating their heavens. Forbidden love. Somebody popping up. Oh, wow, we have some energy coming in. Somebody trying to pop up in your life. Unexpected visitor. Surprise visit. Someone trying to cause some kind of drama in your life. TikTok running out. Time's running out. So this person that's been hating on you, okay, trying to compete, compare with you, could be showing up, drama queen, causing problems, being a copycat. Remember, I'm hearing copycat bitch. They're in denial. Not facing truth, irrational reasoning. They're not facing the truth. They're not realizing, okay? Continue to be that spiritual assassin, slaying those demons, okay? Anything that gets in your way, okay? Anything that tries to take away your happiness, your peace, your bliss, your joy. They also could be trying to distract you too, okay? A lot of distractions. Coffin, painful ending, dying love, trouble in relationship, okay? Something came to an end, okay? Someone could pass away too. Okay, this person that keeps been competing with you, comparing themselves to you, could be end up dying, okay? Could be an ego death too, a spiritual death, okay? About to have a spiritual death too. Masquerade, disguise, lies, untruthful friends. This is an untruthful friend. Somebody that you thought you could trust, a friend. So this friend this whole time is competing, comparing with you, okay? Did not want you to be a goddess god, didn't want you to tap in, didn't want you to elevate, did not want you a spiritual upgrade, a level up. They didn't want you to change frequencies, vibrations. They wanted you to stay stuck in a vibration frequency that they're in. They didn't want you to become powerful. Okay, come back to source, creator, God. They wanted you to stay stuck in the devilish energy, okay? Be tempted by Satan. Okay, but look at company, good times, nature, nurturing, garden. You're in this energy of like taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself, okay? Putting your needs first, putting your needs first and everything that you know you need to put first, okay? Yeah, there's a friend, that untruthful friend that didn't want you to find God. Wanted you to sell your soul. Wanted you to convert to their coven, or wanted you to convert to their crew, okay? Their church. I just even heard church. Somebody could be Catholic or ex-Catholic. So, wow, see? Clover, happiness, luck, and love, serendipity, okay? You're meant to be having love, happiness, joy. The devil doesn't even want to fuck with you anymore, okay? That's what I'm hearing with the devil. Okay, you've been spiritually initiated, okay? Higher ranks, okay? In the spiritual realm, you're really high. You're highly ranked, okay? Like you're up there, okay? You're in the hierarchy in the spiritual realm. They didn't. Well, that's what they didn't want. They didn't want you to become this hierarchy, spiritual being. Okay, you have the table. You have a seat at that table. You're part of the Galactical Federation, part of the community, part of the something about a good system, like changing things. They're literally trying to make it so you couldn't get initiated into the spiritual realm. You have some kind of authority that they don't have, that they didn't want you to have. Authority. You may also have this authority. God may give you this authority of having like the goddess energy of Mot, goddess Mot. Okay, Mot was there here to judge, was bringing karma. Okay, truth. Okay, if you weigh the heart, it's light as a feather. Heavens, and it's heavy. It gets devoured by a Mut. Amulet or a Mut. Okay, Amulet, Mut. I get them confused. Okay. You have that spiritual ranking, okay? So you bring justice and you bring truth and karma in the spiritual realm. Here in the physical realm, you know it's physical, but that's where when you do that work, when you are working, it's when you're in your dream state, when you're in meditation, okay? When you're in a different multidimensional being. You're a multidimensional being, so you're in a different consciousness at that time. State of consciousness. And that's why a lot of times a lot of this work happens during meditation and sleep. It's why it's really significant that you get a lot of sleep as well. Okay, when you are not getting your normal sleep and resting and rejuvenating, you're not able to do the spiritual work you're meant to be doing. Okay, that's why they say when you dream, and you wake up exhausted, you wake up with bruises and stuff like that. It's because you're a warrior. You're actually working. Your physical body is resting, but your consciousness continues to go. You continue working in a different dimension, a different realm when you're sleeping. Okay, I'm going to close out. I have to get her in bed. Mike's trying to get her in bed. Hold on, guys. Look at this. Son, be out of it. What? Get the lights on. I do it when the lights off usually. All the lights have to be out, the hallway light and that light off. Hold on, you guys. Oh, yeah. See, I just, yeah. See, turn it on. Okay. I turn the light when you're, yeah. I have to do it like, you turn lights off. And the hallway light has to be off, too. Try to turn the kitchen light off, too. Protection. You're being protected. Rhinoceros, okay? Protected. Okay, you have protection. Okay, and you're also protecting others as well. I'm hearing Guardian of the Galaxy. When that came out, I'm hearing Guardian of the Galaxy, okay? You're here to protect this galaxy, okay? You're here to protect this world, this earthly realm as well. Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, and number 11. If you guys were wondering, my husband turned the light off because he was going to try to put Cherish in bed. And like I said, Cherish used to go to bed earlier, and she'd be in bed before my husband got home. Well, she's not going to bed till he gets home, after he gets home. And he was just going to try to put her in bed. And there's a way how I put her to bed. I have to have all the lights off. I have to have everything off. So if she wakes up, her eyes, you know what I mean? Like, I turn my light off, I turn the hallway light off, I turn everything off. So I can get her from point A to point B without her waking up. So, there's things. You guys, there's a lot. And I thought that it was just because she was just hyperactive and, like, just a lot more energetic than Carmelita, but there's things that's gonna be a challenge for me and her and for us, for our family, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. God told me that we would not be able to, we would not be going through anything that we couldn't handle. So, we were looking for that. It came out.
Just poking the bottom of the foot.
Where was that?
In that room. Went right to my sandal.
She lost, yeah. We were looking for it.
Look at it, like, set a couple times and it didn't, like, go through my sock or anything, so.
Yeah. It's, her cherry earring came out, and Mike stepped on it. But what I was trying to say is that God wouldn't put anything in our life if we couldn't handle it and stuff. It's just going to give us a little bit more extra challenge and roadblocks, but, you know, it is what it is, and it's going to make us stronger. It's going to make me stronger, her stronger, Mike stronger, Carmi. We're all going to be stronger after this, and it's going to make us understand things and help advocate for other individuals and stuff like that. So, I love you guys. Have a good night. Love, peace, light, and namaste.